my channel. I am feeling a bit disheveled because I just tried on my wig for Sakizo and I can officially announce that it's done. Incredibly excited to share how I made this wig. It is far more complicated than I think it looks. And it definitely took a lot of prep to get all the individual little pieces ready before I could start assembling everything. I did it. It took a while, but I did it. So I want to walk through exactly how I made this spectacular wig to finish off overall look of my Sakizo dress. Let's get into it. And of course, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe for more content from me and hit the hype button to hype up this video so more people can see my content if you feel like it. So yeah, let's start at the beginning.
So starting off, I needed to get these bangs to the right length. So I tried on the wig and cut a little piece off where I thought they needed to be as a guide, and then put the wig back on my wig stand and started trimming up the wigs into this sort of straight bang, a little bit of framing on the sides. I am not a hairstylist. I have never trained as a hairstylist, so I am completely winging this, and I'm very happy and proud of myself for how straight I was able to cut these bangs. I also made sure to point cut up into the bang to soften the bluntness of them. But these bangs are incredibly thick, so I did have to go in underneath and remove some wefts to thin them out so that it looked a little less bulky on my forehead. Next, I did a little bit of styling to try and get them to lay a little straighter, and so that I could clean up the edges a little bit more for the point cutting. And then I curled them with some hot rollers and brushed them out to get a little bit of a 1990s Barbie type bang. I tried on to make sure that I liked the shape of the bangs, and overall I was pretty happy with the result. I think a little more styling and they would be perfect. Next, I needed to create the red headband that you see a little glimpse of in the artwork. So to do that, I just cut a strip of Warbler into a rough headband type shape, used my heat gun and the styrofoam wig head to mold it into arch that would fit over my head, like a headband would. Once I was happy with that, I cut out some cotton batting and hot glued that around to give it a little bit of puff and lift before I wrapped it in some of the same red satin that I used for the dress. And because the bottom of this will never be seen, I was perfectly happy to just hot glue it together to save myself some time and to save myself some hand stitching. Next, I went back to the wig and separated out some front pieces. Giulietta has these twist braids in the very front of her hair that the headband separates this front section from the back section, and clipping back the rest of the hair. At this point, I decided to go ahead and crimp the pieces of hair to add a little more volume and to get rid of the curl that was already there. And then I just clipped these out of the way, so now I can go in with the headband that I made. I did poke 3 holes into this headband because I wanted to zip tie it down to the wig base. So following the part that I had made, separating the front and the back sections, I just poked the zip tie through the hole and poked it through the netting on the inside of the wig cap and zip tied those tightly in place. Chicken wire I got from Amazon and placed it on top of the wig, molding it into the shape that I think would look best, and then using some zip ties to hold that in place as I sculpted it around the base of the wig. Once I was happy with the shape, I cut off the excess and then glued some felt strips around the bottom of the cage just to protect my scalp from the sharp edges of the wire before I zip tied this directly onto the wig cap. Next, I took some cotton batting and hot glued this around the cage, stretching and smoothing it as I went to provide a smooth base for the hair to go over the wire. Next, I took a spare wig in the same color that I had and started cutting out the hair to create my own wefts. I did this by taking small sections of hair and putting them on top of plastic wrap and taking some Uhu glue and a silicone brush and gluing the ends together. I trimmed up the ends into a nice straight line before hot gluing them down onto the cage. I'm making a sort of beehive, kept in mind the direction of the hair that I wanted as I was putting this on, so I got this nice little swoop to the beehive. And I just kept gluing on wefts and styling until the cage was mostly covered and I zip tied all of this hair back into a ponytail. Doing this opened up a few places where the quilt batting was peeking through, so I just added a few more wefts to hide those areas and then zip tied them also into the little ponytail I had made. Once I was happy with the coverage around the cage, stubbed the ponytail, which is just where I cut off all of the excess hair because I do not need that. And I saved this hair for later just in case I needed to make more wefts. I took a bundle of wefts I had created and slipped the ends under the hairband and glued those into place before braiding around the bottom of the bump. I did cut off the stub that was there after the glue dried and added a little extra hot glue to reinforce the ends and then cover the area up with the braid. I used some zip ties and wiggled those under the hair bump and got them directly hooked into the wig cage and zip tied into the braid where you couldn't see them to securely hold this braid in place around the bottom of the bump. Once I was happy with that, I actually took some beading thread and also tied it to the bottom of the cage under the hair. I really wish I would have done that first, but I was not thinking about it when I was making the base of the wig. But I got the strands out and I wove some glass beads to create the beaded netting look underneath the braid. This took me a long time to figure out the beading because the beads are a bit heavy and would pull funny, but eventually I figured out a weave pattern that I liked and reinforced it by tying the excess strands around the back part of the hair, which holds them into place. Next, I needed to make the ear covers. So I just took a plastic cup that fit over my ear, traced out a pattern, added seam allowance, and then cut that out of 2 pieces of satin and 1 piece of quilt batting. I took one of the circles, pinned it to the quilt batting, and then stitched those together on my sewing machine before cutting off the excess. I also used airway stabilizer here. Once I had this stitched together and trimmed off the excess, I folded it in half to find the center of the circle and use that to draw out my starting stitch line. I took that back to the machine and used a triple stitch of gold thread to stitch down that line and then very carefully spaced out additional lines covering the entirety of the circle before turning it on an angle and quilting out the rest of the diamonds. The stabilizer did make this too stiff to do what I wanted, so I actually tore out the stabilizer around the edges before stitching it to the back red satin circle. Once that was stitched together, I clipped my seam allowance and flipped over like I was making a pillow. And then I stuffed it with some pillow fluff before hand sewing the opening close. Next, I needed to dye the trim. I had some leftover lace that I had used on the waist corset belt thing I had made. So once again, I'm just going to tea dye it to give it more of an ivory color. I did sacrifice some of my really good second flush Assam tea for this, but it was worth it. I just brewed it in very hot water and then dipped the tea and then let that sit in a bowl for a little bit before washing it with some soap and water to get a nice light ivory color before hand stitching it to the circles and then gluing pearls on the cross sections of the stitching on the quilted part. Next, we get to move on to assembly. So I had made some additional lace pieces using water-soluble stabilizer, which I had a whole video on how I created my own lace, which I'll link up in the cards and down in the description as well if you're interested in that. So I just went ahead and hot glued those under the braid. I did shape these a little bit with just the heat from my hand to give them a nice little curl. And then I prepared some more braids by taking this pair wefts, crimping them and braiding them till I had a small braid and a large braid and then soak them in hairspray to make sure that they would stay nice and secure. And I moved on to building up the top of the wig. So I took some additional lace pieces and hot glued them in place. I did wind up only using 4 instead of 5, but in the videos I do assemble this with the 5 before I make the adjustment to 4. Once I have those glued to the front of the bump, I then cover up the edges with the thicker braid I had made in both front and back of the lace so that the lace part is sticking directly out of the braid crown that I'm making. Next, I took those silk flowers I spent weeks and weeks making. Again, I have another video which will be linked down below going through a bit of the process of these silk flowers, and I just hot glued those into place and hot glued them to themselves to make sure they were nice and secure. I also stitched the red puffs to the side of the wig, adding a little bit of glue here and there to make sure that it stayed in place. And then I reshaped the bangs because they were being a little bit flat and unruly before adding the twist braids to the front and trying it on for the first time.
Let's try it with low lighting. Let's see if we can get some sparkle. Just a little cleanup, just a little bit of cleanup. I need to clean these up. I think whenever I actually go to wear it, I'm going to twist them back up and then pin them into my hair so that I can get rid of the hair ties that's securing them, but I'll see how I feel about that. I have some more gems and pearls to add, and I need to secure this all the way, but we have a wig. Yay! And I really feel like this is just going to complete the look of the dress. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the bangs. They're a little, I think I need to floof out the bangs a little bit more, but I'm happy with it. And what's great is I actually don't even have to secure this in place if I want to. It's so well balanced. The weight is sitting perfectly on my head. But I think I will go ahead and add 2 combs to the front and 1 in the back because I have to pull the back down over my hairline, which I didn't do here, so you can see the tie. And I think that'll just be for extra security, so there's no slippage while I'm wearing it, but amazing. Yay! So that's all I have for you today. The wig is done. It's going to get stored away with very minor tweaks left to do, probably right before the competition. And next is to finish my staff and finish the gauntlet, which I have patterned out. So look for those updates and full videos in the near future. With that, again, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe for more content from me, and I will see you in my next video.